you doing? I've got to face this way because my camera's moved, but you're over there. Problems.
It kind of looks like you're against the green screen as well.
Maybe I am. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe she's born with it. I don't know. I'm crazy, slightly sleep deprived, or I don't know, something. Hi, how you doing? We're Stormy Dragon Heaven, and we're playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition, Trials of the Xel'nari. It says episode 31, but that's my own stupid fault because I forgot to update it, so it is actually episode 32. So thank you for joining us.
You can still update it.
I can, but I'm lazy and I'll do it later. So I'm trying to do this. So I'll do it during the break.
No. Give me the info. Give me just.
Give me more. I'll do it in a moment. It's okay.
It's
I'll get you all talking first to discussing what's going on, and I'll do it.
It's now episode 32.
Okay.
It has been
It's already
fixed. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Alright, so
We are
we're off for more high seas shenanigans. Last week we had the Lion Thog duking it out to see who is the grandest master of the fist.
It was
It
close.
was a very, very close fight.
It was so close.
Very close fight. It turns out Thalai is the victor by a hair's breadth. But there has been promises of a rematch in the future. Though next time, with blade in hand.
Well, on the upside, Thalai was in a gladiatorial-style fight, and no toilet was exploded, so I think that's a win.
Excuse me?
What? Am I wrong?
This is first for everything. I think it's mostly because Storm was not aware of this fight.
Yeah.
Can't blow stuff up.
Too
when there's
busy
nothing to
causing
blow.
chaos elsewhere.
Let's
Yeah.
not blow up the ship that we're
Yes.
sailing on in the middle.
Preferably not. I mean, it doesn't bother me in any way, shape, or form, but you know.
And you leave my formulas alone.
I'm wearing heavy armor. Please no.
Yes. Kozak has gone slightly crazy, setting up his own little, Kovak's own little, crazy. What is the name of that wall? It's Crazy Man Wall.
Murder wall.
Charlie Day.
That also works.
Crazy Charlie Day wall of
Trying
paper
to
and yarn.
piece everything all together, trying to work things out. How's that going for you, Kovak?
Someone keeps moving my decimal points.
Thank you for the raid.
Oh, wow.
And
Raid.
raiding party.
Ooh, hey.
Thank you
Raiding
for the
party.
raid. I'm sorry I'm super sleepy today.
It's alright, I seem to be on full beans even though I am also very tired. But it's alright. It's the adrenaline hit. So, other than that, just before we ended last session, you heard call out of a ship ahoy. You were coming around the edge of an island and found smoke on the horizon and saw a ship in almost split in two. It was falling to pieces, one of the masts collapsing inside, and smoke coming from it, though no obvious signs of fire, so you believe that if there is any fires, it's either gone out already or it's contained within the hull itself. From this distance, it is impossible for you to make out movement unless you were able to get yourself a spyglass. Or in Kovak's case, send off Wisteria. Which is what Kovak's done. And that is where we ended our session. So, we will start right back up there with...
Yes.
You've just heard the announcement, and Kovak is just starting to send out Wisteria.
The
to
drone.
Scout ahead. Yes, the drone. It's even worse because it really works like a drone. It can do mobile deployment of spells as well.
The instructions I will give Wisteria is basically to fly towards the damaged ship, start out high and wide, and then like corkscrew spiral in, getting progressively lower down and closer, just to get a wide view that gets progressively smaller, to mean that I can see it as much as possible without there being an immediate risk of her being shot.
Mhm.
And and I'll say, I'm going to trust you all to plan and prepare because I am not going to be able to hear you.
Oh no.
And so just periodically, I'll just be yelling, "Oh no!" and this thing, with no context to the actual conversation happening.
Perfect. All right. What is everyone else doing in preparation, as you have just been told that you should prep for whatever is coming ahead?
So, from what we've seen of the ruined ship, it's massive, isn't it? Like, how much bigger than the ship we're sailing
It's
on?
almost twice the size. It looks to be a warship of sorts. So rather than a large cargo ship, it does seem to have the design of a warship. So it would normally have a long line of cannon holes if it was not nearly split entirely in two.
On which plane has it been split into?
In the
like-
center, it is starting
So-
to collapse down in towards the center.
So the front half and the bottom half are kind of.
Yep.
Okay.
Back here.
In this world, do ships have nautical flags, nation of origin, that sort of stuff on display?
Yes, they would.
So I go over to the closest side of the ship and try and see if I can see any identification of where its origin or that sort of thing is from.
Roll me a perception. You are still quite a distance out, but should be able to make out the flag.
$17.
It looks Berivian by the crest upon it. So it is from Kovac's homeland, and the homeland of the captain of this ship.
Concern.
Well, I'm sure you'll see that as soon as Wisteria gets in range. I'll mention that to one of the crew. Just hang on. Is that the Berivian flag? Do they even have
it is.
ships?
Of course, we've got ships. We've got plenty of ships.
I mean, warships. Would they be in this area? It's a fair way from the.
This far south, perhaps on a convoy, though no other vessels in sight. Unsure.
Let them get back to what they're doing.
Looking at the damage the ship sustained, is there any way to tell what possibly caused it?
Not from this distance. Not. You're still far enough out that you're barely seeing the hull on the horizon.
And also go back to the room and get the butcher's bib. So comes back up on deck wearing his armor with this like blood-stained butcher's apron over the top, which I'm sure endears him to everyone on board.
You get a few side glances of concern, but then they realize you're getting ready for a potentially hostile situation.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
And one of the two unseen servants I've got conjured was last told to swab the decks. So as you're walking back and forth, there's just a mop floating behind you, tidying up all the blood.
I imagine most of it's dried.
I'll
There might
be
be some new blood soon.
putting my armor on, because I obviously have not been wearing it on the ship. So
And what
I'll
about you,
start-
Storm?
Storm. I'm trying to remember where I left her off last week. Was she menacing Kovac, or was she in the kitchens, or was she?
She had escaped the kitchens after menacing Kovac.
Okay.
I think
So-
most of us had just gone to the deck to check out what the crew were calling about.
Correct, yeah.
Alright.
This is a few days after Thalai's fight.
Okay. There's not actually a lot that she can do, to be perfectly honest, to prepare for a fight, so she should just keep an eye out.
Something I think would be awesome is if you're up in the rigging of the ship. So if they come next to us for a boarding action, you can run along the beam of the sail
Actually,
and jump onto the other one.
I 100%, if there was like something sighted, she'd run straight up to the crow's nest.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was literally about to say that as you were mentioning that.
Yeah.
I was just like, nah, because I
You-
just saw it on the map, and I was like, yeah, nah, she'd be up in the crow's
You
nest.
squeeze yourself in next to the lookout. There is not much room up here, but there is enough room for two. Not very comfortably, but it is possible. They kind of watch you make your way up, and you're quite comfortable with being up in someone's face, so it's not really a problem for you. But they kind of move back a little bit and then offer you their spyglass.
Okay, she'll have a look. What can she see?
Roll me a perception check.
Do I get advantage?
Hello, one normal gamer. You are here. Welcome.
Oh,
You
hey!
do have advantage.
Inferno is our good luck charm.
Yes, so you probably roll
Damn,
well now.
2 rolls above 10. What the hell? That's pretty amazing for me. Okay, that is
It's mathematics.
what am I doing? Perception. 25.
Perception.
25.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because you're super at perception. Yeah.
Yes.
That's my
It's
like
a
one
thing.
trick gag, man. That's my one trick gag. Oh,
Alice
thank you.
may
What
not
do
be
I
very
see?
perceptive,
Ooh.
but it's not very much is.
Shut your face, yo.
That's what escapism is about.
Hi Dane, how you doing? You look over the wreckage and it looks like it has been torn to pieces. Possibly blast damage around the center. It looks like something has detonated, possibly cartridges for the cannons, or black powder supply for the cannons. So it looks like it may have been an explosion from the inside that has finally torn the ship in two, which is where you're seeing the smoke coming from. So it could potentially be from infighting, but there is quite considerable damage to the outside of the ship as well, as if it has been in a fight of some description. You not being familiar with naval combat are not really able to see if it is from cannon to cannon damage or anything like that. It just looks like it has gone through the ringer.
Damn.
As you look over, you can see there are crew moving aboard, frantically running back and forth. Some seem to be desperately trying to launch lifeboats, although some of the lifeboats look to be severely damaged as well, and some are in the water already, clinging onto barrels and other such flotsam.
Okay. Is Wisteria in range?
Not yet. A little bit. Giving them
Okay.
some time to respond and act accordingly, whilst Wisteria flies on over. Was there anything else you wanted to get from that, Alice?
I'll be perfectly honest. I was fixing stuff on stream. I don't even remember what you said. I'm so sorry. I'm so out of it. It's fine. She'll just relay everything she says to the guy next to her. Like, oh look! Oh, I can see this, and oh, what is that?
Please say you don't actually have a spyglass. You're just holding your fingers up like that.
I mean, she would
Because that's what
be.
people do, right?
She
You got
would
handed a
be,
spyglass,
except
whether
she
or not
does
she
actually
used
have
it is
a
a different
spyglass.
story.
Oh, you know. She's got it backwards.
It looks very small.
They are very tiny. I don't know why they're. Oh, the wrong way. Never mind. Oh no, they're actually literally big when I look through this. Anyway.
Alright, I will flip you over.
Imip. Oh my god!
Bring up where
Loading, back, loading.
fly over.
What could possibly be in the other corner?
Follow, hey, welcome. I'm so happy.
Yeah, that's. This is not concerning at all, guys. It's not concerning. It's fine.
It's just that the world's flat and a bit of the corner fell off. It's okay.
Yeah, no, it's just flat Earth. God, get used to it. Wisteria sees much of what you saw from above. I will get you to make me a perception check with advantage as well, as Wisteria is right there, just if you do get more information.
That doesn't look good.
That's a nat 1 and a 4 on the dice, so
Ooh.
that's a
Wait.
6.
Wait. Nat
What?
1. Sam's nearby.
Yeah.
Bountiful luck!
Yeah,
Nine.
the Sam that uses it only when he's not actually present.
9
Sam has used it once, I think.
9.
Sam always rolls above 1. Anyway.
No, for other people, I mean.
I'm
Down for
gonna
one.
just...
Alright, a 9. Alright, you do not manage to see too much more. Again, you see the crew frantically moving about. There is plenty of injured on board. Dressed in what you recognize to be military uniforms. So this definitely is a war vessel from Barovia. They are frantically rushing back and forth, getting the ships afloat and helping their injured crew members. They seem to be panicked, which is something not very befitting of Barovian naval soldiers.
I'm concerned. Oh, jeez. Seeing this, I will cast Mage Armor on myself. And I will just yell to everyone. It seems the ship has been split in two by a blast from the interior and has fire on its exterior. Its own internal powder stores could have gone off. Perhaps there was a high yield charge that struck it. Hands are abandoning ship. And I am like standing up at the helm near where Captain Pilvin would be, I suppose.
Is this on from the point of view of where that big magical effect was?
Mhm.
Would this be on the close or the near side of the island? As in, could there have been a big wave which got this ship onto the rocks and cracked it open and set off a charge? Is that, or is it on the safe side of the island?
It is. It could have hit the side, possibly. If everything was to line up perfectly, it could potentially hit it.
Okay.
But it is quite unlikely. It is also quite unlikely that a tidal wave could make it this far unless it was catastrophically huge.
Who knows?
Which is possible.
Yeah.
Mug's going to go to the crew, and I'm assuming with a ship this size, that'd have some form of smaller boat, like a little rowboat or something, to like transport to and from shore and stuff like that.
Yep, you have 2 rowboats on board.
Work with them to get one ready.
Mhm.
So, like, literally just grab a couple of people, tell them we need to do this. We need help them. Get boat ready.
Each of the rowboats are capable of holding 15 people.
Damn, okay.
Not comfortably, but they can hold 15 people.
Okay.
Falai, you strong. You want row other boat?
Yeah, Pilvin steps forward up to you, Kovac, and goes, no question about it. If there's Rao men out there, they need rescuing.
Wait, are you still in Wisteria's senses?
Yes, unfortunately. But I would, but we're on a boat. I would have felt like the boards nearby shifting, and then I would just yell, "Just in case somebody is near me speaking, I cannot hear you."
Silver, like, straightens up his jacket a bit and then steps forward to talk to one of the rest of you. Probably. Like, and just... No doubt about it. If those are our men, we're going in. But I don't like it. Could be a trap. Good to have Xel'nari on board. Keep our eyes about.
Oh, no. Xel'nari plus Mug. And Thog.
And Subtlewing.
Eh.
He's a pretty damn good fighter, yo.
Eh.
He's a very good fighter.
Yeah.
That's about all he's good at. He's
Mhm.
definitely not one to hold a conversation.
Okay.
No, he did okay with Storm.
Once I know that Wisteria has done extracting all the information she can from the like spiraling in, I will tell her to return, and and as she's returning, I will return to my senses.
Mhm.
And I'll see things are changing. That people are like hauling out boats and are preparing to launch. And go, right. I will go with you to the vessel. That seems like the thing to do.
Yeah.
I'm a bit concerned, but yeah.
We'll launch both rowboats. Get as many aboard as possible. We'll pull up along those rocks and keep a safe distance. Ferry them back and forth. Needed. Make multiple trips.
Okay.
Things are about to get crowded up on deck. If you have any healing spells, I suggest you get prepared.
I don't.
I do, but I'm going to the injured. Maybe we can kind of hand wave that Sam is doing a bit of healing up on
Yeah, we'll
deck,
do
and that's why they're not involved.
Tending to the wounded.
Indeed.
So as we get into the point of the boats launching, the rowboats launching?
You're just pulling up to the rocks
Yeah.
now, so it will be shortly.
Okay.
Hey, Storm,
Yeah, what is up?
you see something? Launch fireworks so we know we're in danger.
What do you want me to see for? I can see lots of things, including lots of sea.
Other ship coming?
No.
Something that might be danger? If you see, use firework.
That's not very specific.
Okay,
Okay.
Telepathic message. We don't have any other way to communicate. This should be able to be heard from quite some distance. And then go onto the ship, onto the rowboat.
Okay. Ash, so is this where the boat is staying for now?
Currently, yes, that is where they're going to drop off for the moment.
Oh my god, okay.
Yes, it is still quite a distance away.
Yeah.
And that is accurate?
That is about accurate, yes.
Okay. Jeez, how selfish do I want to be?
I don't know, you tell me.
Nope. I'm good. I board the boat.
Which boat?
I board.
Mana boat.
I think I'll board the longboat with Salai.
Well, Storm has been designated to stay behind, so she will stay in the crow's nest, prepare a firework with the spyglass, and she will turn to the guy next to her and go, if
It
there...
concerns me the way you worded that. Prepare a firework with the spyglass. Are you, like, using the magnification method to try and light the...
No!
Because I feel like that's what's happening, and that's what concerns me greatly.
No, she's like, she turns to the guy next to her and goes, okay, so, we need to set this up really secure somewhere very, very, very accessible. Like, right here, in this little crow's nest. Maybe somewhere that won't hurt us. I want you to put it somewhere where I can see it, and I am going to look at the spyglass, and I'm going to look for danger. And if I see danger, I'm going to light it, okay? But just in case I cannot light it for whatever reason, I'm gonna yell at you and you're going to light it, okay?
Okay. Sure.
Okay. It is so we can give our friends a warning that there is trouble.
You think it's safe to use that? You know better.
You know what? Never mind. She casts levitate on herself and starts using. She keeps the spyglass, mind you. Levitate on herself, and she's going to start moving across with the boats to get closer. So she'll follow them to about like here. But she's gonna stay way up in the air, and she's gonna keep an eye out.
How long does levitate last for?
1 hour, I think.
Okay.
Oh no,
Plenty.
10 minutes actually. I think. Let me double check.
Okay, so you still got a decent amount of time. All right, who is on the first rowboat? Who is on the second rowboat?
I'm on the top one.
I'm on the bottom one with the light.
There we go.
It's 10 minutes of concentration, so she might actually just jump down, steal the spyglass, and join on the boats. But she will let them know what she's gonna do. Don't worry, I will keep an eye out, but I will do it
Alright,
closer.
so Mug's on the first one, Kovacs on the second one, and
I'm
sorry,
on the second one with Kovac.
Storm would have gone to Mug because he was communicating with her.
alright.
As we're getting ready to go, I'll yell out to Thalai. Hey, Thalai,
Ah!
race ya! And he starts pulling on the oars.
Alright, so Ash, the light is strong,
Yes,
but the light
it
doesn't
is.
necessarily know how to use a rowboat, though.
This is true.
You would have
I
seen
do not
them be
have
used.
I do not have proficiency in water vehicles.
However, you do have someone who is partially amphibious sitting next to you, offering no actual physical help, yelling, "Stroke! Stroke! Stroke!"
Just thought I'd let you know, Thalai does not know how to row a boat, or
You don't know how to row a boat, so there is a bit of correcting needing to be done from the rower on the other side. But you definitely have the force to get it moving. Which, that works. And so, Storm,
Oh,
you
I would have thought that Thalai would have just done both of them, because he's that big.
the boat is actually big enough that it will be quite difficult for you to be able to hold both.
If it's a 15-seater, then yeah,
Oh, yeah,
the
good
width.
point.
Yeah.
It is designed as a more of a lifeboat sort of thing, so that it can have multiple crew on board.
But yeah, we try and zip over there relatively as quick as we can.
Yes.
Alright.
I will give Wisteria standing orders to circle above me and call out if she sees anything either. And
All right.
Uh,
So
with-
Wisteria is circling above the ship.
yep, she has.
Sending back over the ship.
No, she's circling above me in the lifeboat.
Okay. Yep.
And so if she sees something, she can call out from above me. And because I'm not using her eyes, her keen hearing and sight can kick in and get advantage on the perception checks.
All right. I'll
But
get.
it
Hey,
also
hey, I see fish. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, I see fish.
fish. The fish of the day is trout a la creme.
Storm is keeping an eye out actively.
Gosh, I did not have our music playing for a
Oh.
little sailing adventure.
Do we have a sea shanty that can be playing?
Not one that
Is
can play
licensed.
without. Yes, we license problems.
Ooh, jaunty.
Well, you're not in trouble yet. Can I get everyone to make me a perception check, and in Wisteria's case, with advantage?
Okay.
This is perception sight, so if you do have advantage on perception sight, then please do so.
Ooh.
Do
Is
I
that a
still have
natural 20?
advantage with the spyglass? Or...
Did
Someone
you take
roll-
the spyglass, or did you give it back?
Absolutely, no, she stole
Like-
it.
Okay, then
I specifically said that she doesn't give it back.
Okay,
You
Kovac.
just flopped it off the top, and it's just like, this is mine now, bye!
No, she didn't.
So
She didn't float. She's gonna use levitate later. She just
Okay.
flat out jumped. But I can slow jump. Look, you know, I've got
Yeah,
the,
you can slow fall.
I've
Yeah.
got the ability.
Monk.
The monk
so
thing.
Kovac rolled a 16.
Okay, not bad.
Wisteria, with her advantage, rolled 2 natural 20s.
Jeez.
Ooh!
Wow.
Alright.
My response was going to be, how big is the radius for Sam's ability? Is it like 150 foot? Are we? No. I rolled a poorly.
I'll move you a bit further out as you have made some headway.
So actually, Kalan was correct. The Wisteria sees so many fish.
Fish.
Well, you're not wrong.
Fish.
Shark!
Shark!
Wisteria comes hurtling back down towards you. And seems... Yeah, sorry, else?
I got rolled a 22, by the way.
Total? 22?
And 21 total.
And
Sorry,
what was Wisteria's total?
23.
Okay. Wisteria comes hurtling back down and is squawking madly. She definitely seems panicked.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Something is distressing her.
I will reconnect with her telepathically and just ask her what she's seen.
Just before that, Storm, with the spyglass, you're able to get a much better view of the deck, which allows you to see a lot more. You see several sailors waving towards you. Just need to see what your passive insight. Yeah, your insight's high enough. They seem to be waving you away, not towards them. They seem to be signaling for you to go back. Now, you ask Wisteria. Trying to work out what voice Wisteria would have.
Is it a pigeon or an owl?
I always go with an owl when I have to read stories.
The fuck are you?
I always go, ooh, to wit, to woo, good sir. I say there
Yes,
is
I feel
something
like Wisteria would be wise.
something afoot, I say.
Large! Large! Something large! Big! In the water! Under!
I stop yelling stroke.
Stroke! I'm having a stroke!
Hold! Thalai, hold! Abandon the rowing race. Hold your position.
What? What?
There's something in the water.
Yeah, the ship.
No, under the water, under the ship. I look.
I
look-
lean out to look into the try and not look into the water per se, but see if I can see anything.
Did we see anything with our perceptions? I'm so sorry. I didn't quite catch you. I know Wisteria saw water.
I did tell you exactly what you saw.
It was
So,
the sailor.
using your spyglass that you stole,
Yeah.
you saw that the crew are waving to you, and with your passive insight, you saw that they are waving for you to go back, not to come help them
The crew.
on the
Oh,
ship that
right,
is
yeah.
currently sinking.
She will relay that. Guys, they don't want us to come help. They're telling us to go away.
Huh?
Why would they
And
tell
you
us to
see
go
them-
away?
They have managed to launch a single lifeboat that they are attempting to make it back.
How far apart are two rowboats?
Your two rowboats?
Yeah.
Give or take just under 60 feet.
I imagine that's not a great shouting range, so I'm gonna pull out my horn and just toot it a bit towards Mug to get his attention.
You can definitely shout over 60 feet.
Okay. Okay, cool. But
If I can shout across an entire football oval, you can shout over 60 feet.
I wasn't sure how relevant like the general water sounds would be. But okay, I'll just shout, Mug!
Yeah.
Under the water!
Mug will look confused for a bit, then as he's rowing, just sort of peer over, see if there's anything there.
From what you can see from where you are, the water just... You might see a fish or two, but it seems like ocean.
Stop
special.
Sorry. Stop rowing!
Can Storm hear all of this as well?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
At
Definitely.
this point, she'll cast Levitate and launch herself up
Um,
and see what she can see. Yeah. The boat kind of sinks slightly and, like, rocks. She gives no warning.
with the fish that are in the water,
Mhm.
do they seem to be swimming away, panic like a small prey animal does to a large predator animal?
100%. They are swimming away. So you can get up to 20 feet up into the air. I'm very curious with how levitate works in conjunction with water, but I'll allow it.
What do you mean?
Well, you can levitate up to 20 feet in the air, so generally that assumes that there is a base of 20 feet off the ground.
No ground.
It's just 20 feet per round. There's no cap on how far up I can go.
Oh, that's not true, yeah. It's just that when you first cast it, it goes 20 feet.
It also means that if you go up and the boat is kept on going, you're going to eventually...
Fall behind, yeah.
Mhm.
So, from your new vantage point, I assume you're going just straight up. Alice?
I'm just going straight up. She wouldn't have bothered to tether herself or anything. She figures she has her little gusts of wind that she can...
So you're just getting
She
good
has
in a
to.
better vantage point.
Yeah.
You definitely see there is a darkness to the water around. At first, you thought that just to be anything that had spilled out into the water, maybe, or the wreckage itself. But it seems quite large, and it seems to be moving.
For effect, because she doesn't need the spyglass to see it. Oh, there is something definitely down there! And she'll point.
You start to see a large moor moving up through the ocean waters, coming up to the center of the ship.
To
It
which,
looks-
which ship? The enemy
the-
ship? Sorry,
yeah.
the ruined ship?
It's not an enemy.
Well,
The Barovian ship, yes. It is colossal. It is monolithic.
How far away is the nearest part of it?
The moor is all she can see so far, which is taking up a good portion of the middle of the ship. So it is still from your ships about 120 between
Okay.
about 160, 70 feet.
So more than 30 feet.
Yes,
Got
more than 30 feet.
I have a dumb plan, as is Mug's general idea.
Right. As Mug formulates a dumb plan, the moor breaks the water and comes crashing up, and with it several gigantic tentacles come breaking out of the water as well. It is something you are all too familiar with from stories and legends. It is the Kraken.
Ash,
Yes.
we're level 6.
Yes. Not every combat is meant to be won.
Ugh. So,
I mean, you also have a naval vessel with cannons on board.
Yeah, it didn't help the warship that was twice our size.
so this moor is currently like about to go chompy chomps around this ship that has people on it still.
So the ship itself is split into two almost completely now. It is just broken it apart as it's come up, and come up in between the middle of it, and it is just thrashing about on the deck.
Okay, can I see an open mouth?
Yes, quite a large one.
Okay. I'm going to do something that I hope is going to save lives,
Okay.
because I imagine there's still lives left on the ship.
Mhm.
I'm going to pull out the Tome of Misspells.
Oh dear God.
And you're gonna massage it?
I am going. There's a spell whose name I've run past several people in character, and the general consensus on what would be funniest is a permutation I have in mind for the Ice Storm spell. And so I'm going to hope with all my hopes that it is what's going to happen. And because Ice Storm has a range of 300 feet, I can cast it from where I am, assuming that the spell's range remains the same.
Generally, the range requirements will still work the exact same way. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to pull out the Tome of Misspells.
Can I just slightly interrupt here for a moment?
Mhm.
For those that are watching the stream who aren't familiar with it, it's a book of misspelled spells. So it'll have something similar to the effect. In the chat, if you think how you could misspell Ice Storm for comedic effect, put that in the chat. I'm really curious to see what people are thinking.
I will give a quick brief to everything. The spell is one of several tomes created by a quite powerful wizard, but done as a joke. He has put his spells into these books, but protected them by making these books sentient. And these books that are sentient are all about just making things not work. They like to have a practical joke. They like to screw things up. So this book is capable of casting the correct spell. It just doesn't want to.
So I have tried to cast 4 of the different spells in this book. Only three of the effects have been seen.
Mm-hmm.
Message was massage.
Mm-hmm.
Mage armor was mage armoire.
Yep.
So it conjured a magical chest of
Very
drawers.
fancy. Yep.
And wish was wash, and it conjured a sponge, and it gave me a good
Good old
going
clean.
over. And so,
That's nice.
Hey,
And-
hey now, it'd take more than that to make Storm behave.
and
I
so,
swarm.
and so, by that logic, for every single casting of the spell, only a single letter has been replaced. And so I've been going by that logic and hoping that it'll be okay. Or at least somewhat predictable. And if
I'm curious, what do you think's gonna happen?
I've run it past several people, and
Armoire is more than one letter off.
Yeah, it is.
it is.
Yes, it is.
Well, I already
Actually, no, it's not.
It's got an
It is
E on
one.
the end. And an I that changes.
Yeah. I mean, in some spellings of it, it doesn't have the E in the end, I guess.
Okay.
Well, I've already said I'm doing it.
Mhm.
The word storm is very difficult to play on, so I'm hoping that the whole chaotic, churning royal element is going to remain the same. Just the component of the storm is going to be different.
What if it's Ice Store and just creates like a milk bar made out of ice?
I'm not gonna lie, the idea of Ice Swarm makes me think of just like it summons several beholders, which would be very terrifying.
Okay, I'm now not sure what to expect, but I'm hoping for like
Okay.
I'm hoping that it's a play on ice, and it's still just a big angry storm in its mouth, and that whatever kind of storm it is, it's going to go, oh, gross, damage and or unpleasantness. I'm going to back off a little bit, and perhaps it thinks a crate exploded, and it's going to peel back. I don't know. So I aim at the Kraken's maw, and I cast Ice Storm.
All right. A cloud does appear above the Kraken's head, forming over it, and thick green sludge starts spewing down from it. It is an ick storm.
Oh!
this glow stud pours directly into its mouth. I'm gonna get to make a Constitution saving throw against this. Never mind, it definitely passed. It seems to thrash about in disgust from it and closes its mouth and aims its head down away from the storm, allowing it to just rain on top of it. But otherwise, it seems fairly unperturbed by it. You have delayed it, however, as it was currently reaching for people with its tentacles, and it has now kind of covered itself to get rid of the storm.
Turn around, 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 turn around.
And initiative, please. Because it needs a turn too. And now I can reveal down the bottom here that everyone was so scared about. Why does it always do this? It tries to...
Was that just where you were hiding the token?
No, that's where I was hiding you guys.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And I need some change in music. What do I want?
Yay! Initiatives.
I cannot seem to select me to add me to the... Oh, wrong button. There we go.
You were on the measuring tape still?
Yes, I was. I rolled physically, so...
I'm going to roll physically. What is it, a
Oh.
D20?
Mhm.
I should have just stayed with what I had.
This is not what I wanted. This.
I'm sorry?
What?
Ouch.
Alright. Why are you on there twice, Sly?
He's not?
He's
It's
not.
not.
I'm
Oh,
not.
that's weird it is for me. Okay, that's very strange. He was showing up there twice for me. Alright. Now. El Crackino. Interesting. He got very low. I will
Wow.
give Thog a roll as well. Actually, Fog is going to move in order of the Magnus. They will work as one. Roll. Alrighty. Who do we not have on board? Do we have everyone on board?
You could add... You could add Sam, just in case, but...
No, that's alright.
No.
Sam will be doing...
Unless the... Is our ship within range for the cannon?
Yes, they are within range of cannon fire. Not accurate cannon fire at this range. It will be quite inaccurate, but then again, the Kraken is quite large.
Yeah.
So they will be coming about to fire. Yes, the picture above was meant to be a joke. However, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the
And-
joke?
Mick posted
before
in
it was
our
announced-
chat and released the Kraken before he knew that it was the Kraken.
Yeah.
Alright.
Actually, what do we know about the Kraken? Like,
Or Krakens, we don't know if it's singular.
yeah.
The crack eye.
The
Plurals
crack.
yeah, the plurals are actually crack. Species of crack.
Not much is really known. A lot of it is folktales, as there's generally not many, if any, survivors of an attack from the Kraken. The one thing that is known is it is extremely territorial. But other than that, it's not necessarily hostile. It normally needs to be provoked. It generally will not move out of its what they would classify as hunting grounds or its area to attack willy-nilly, and it generally doesn't go after ships unless they move into its territory or provoke it in some way, as some have foolishly attempted to capture the creature before. So it seems that this ship has unfortunately wandered into its hunting ground and has fallen prey to it. Stories tell of its hide being nearly impervious, able to swallow ships whole. A lot of it is melodrama and stories being made taller and taller to sound even better. A certain friend of yours has probably spread tales of how he has fought the Kraken one-on-one before. Definitely a lie, but he likes to think it's the truth.
So
it
it'll
was
be
born.
known that it's an unnatural creature.
Yes.
Okay, damn. Because my plan was to hope that it was just like a giant octopus instead of a kraken, and go animal friendship.
No, it is.
Yeah.
It is definitely classified as a monstrosity. And whilst it does seem to have lived for as long as anyone can possibly remember, no one knows where its origins are for. It is not a natural creature. It is not something that it inhabits the sea or anything like that.
Cool.
It is few and far between. All right. The Magnus is going to come about to fire off its cannons, actually.
Okay. I'm just gonna pee before things get too silly because I'm getting explode and I'm feeling nervous already.
Okay. Have fun with that. Alrighty. It is going to fire off its 4 cannons. So whilst it does have 8 cannons, it can only bring 4 to bear at a time, due to its divine. Ooh, at this range, it has only managed to make 1 successful hit onto the Kraken. It is quite badly out of range at the moment. You hear the volley of cannon fire ring out, most of them falling harmlessly into the water beside the Kraken, but one does strike home, and you hear its roar echo out as it howls out in pain as the cannonball seems to just glance off the side of it, but it does seem to tear a bit of the scales away, so it does seem to have done some damage, though doesn't look like a great deal to it.
So I'm assuming if they're firing from back there, to be sort of like going over our heads into the ship, which means it's a lot scarier for Storm. As she's levitating, and she just like ducks to the side.
Shit, watch where you're fighting!
How much damage
Arcanid,
does one do?
Thank you very much for the Prime subscription.
Hey,
thank you.
Thank you for the sub.
And welcome. Yes, thankfully they do not hit Storm. They did have the wherewithal to not shoot at her, which, it's a good thing to happen. Alrighty. After that, Mug, it is your turn.
I'm going to yell out to Thalai. Actually, which is the orientation of the ship? Was it facing to the coast or away from the coast? I can't see with the Kraken on top.
It was facing away
facing
from the
this
coast.
way.
It was
Okay,
moving out this way, yeah.
Then I'll yell out to Thalai. I'm going to the back to save some and then go to the shallows and start trying to steer the boat towards the back of the ship.
On.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. There we go. Alrighty.
Operating under the assumption that at the moment we're a small snack.
And far away.
Yeah, that's not going to last.
I'm scared.
I'm gonna add the crew of the vessel in actually as well to the initiative order, seeing as You are attempting to save them. Alrighty. So you're spending your whole turn doing the movement?
Yeah, so getting the ship forward.
Alrighty. Kovac.
There is panic in her eyes. I didn't think this would be the first time I would have to use this. I will look down at my side where my spellbook is hung. I'm going to place a hand upon it, and I'm going to utter under my breath in kind of a deep, potentially a bit spooky voice.
Mm-hmm.
Cantamen. And a ghostly facsimile of my spellbook appears. I can like pulled from the book and then conjured forwards 60 feet away from me towards the Kraken.
Okay.
And it was my bonus action to summon it.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. How long are the ranges of some of my spells? I don't know. I'm going to... No, I have to save all those. I'm going to ready an action to cast Scorching Ray.
Okay.
If I think the Kraken is about to go after the escaping lifeboat.
Okay.
And I'm going to aim the rays at the tentacle it's going for. So hopefully the damage will kind of scare it off and give the boat a chance to escape. And ideally, I don't want to have to cast it through the spell book, but I will if I must.
For the extra range, yep.
Yes.
Not a problem.
And I'm trusting that the lie will do what is in our mutual self-interest, because I'm just like a bit panicked.
The lie, what do you do?
I am also going to row towards the ship.
You are bringing them in closer. Alright.
I'm bringing it closer, like following the same route that Mug's going.
So you're bringing up alongside.
Not exactly alongside, but like I don't want to head directly towards the Kraken.
Yep. So going around the back.
Yeah.
And,
Keeping what looks to be a safe distance from its tendrils at the moment.
And Wisteria would be on the ship with me. She landed, right?
Okay. She's gonna land.
Yes. So I have her alongside me at the moment.
Alrighty. The sound of a cannon rings out from the ship itself, the wreckage itself, so it seems like they are still putting up a fight. And they are definitely point-blank range, so they definitely have advantage on the shot, which is a successful hit. Not a bad amount of damage.
Sorry, Fidget. There you go.
And the vessel, the sailing ship is just as fast as possible trying to move away, straight towards you. You can see that there's a few sailors who have been flung off either by the tentacles or dived off themselves, who are swimming as well, though it does not look like they will probably be able to make it very far, unless something is able to fully draw its attention away. Storm. I need to put you out there separately because you're sailing.
She's just floating in midair with left her behind.
Just like, oh yeah, I am a god.
Okay,
Oh.
so.
She does have a bra full of fireworks.
That she does,
Let's
including
just say,
a giant one.
Let's just say that the time has come.
Oh dear.
She puts away the spyglass, and she is going to... This is such a bad idea. It's going to hurt her so much. She trusts in her friends. she's going to pull out the giant rocket. Okay. Aim it at the Kraken. And fire.
You have no idea what happens with this.
Nope.
Alright.
She's gonna take so much damage, or she's gonna go flying with it half the way. Because
Oh, you're holding on to it.
She's in the middle of the air, bruh! She's holding on to it!
Why?
She'll let go halfway, okay? But like, you know.
Oh my god.
It's fine, everything's fine.
Are you like straddling the firework range? Yeah!
Alright, are you aiming it at the Kraken?
Yes.
Alright. Roll me an attack roll, a ranged attack roll, please.
Okay.
Didn't prepare Featherfall.
She's still got levitate, it's fine.
Everything is not fine. No one should let me roll dice ever.
What did you roll?
Roll the nat one.
We do have rerolls.
That is the second one I've rolled tonight.
You do have rerolls. You do.
Would you like me to use one, guys? Otherwise, stuff's probably gonna blow up your own face.
Yes!
I beg of you!
Okay.
Any sentence that starts with I aim the firework at the Kraken requires rerolls.
Okay. I'm gonna use a proper dice this time, not cursed dice. Ooh, not bad. What do I add to it? Ranged attack. It's an improvised weapon, so that means I don't get bonuses other than my dex.
I'll give you your proficiency with this. You have been firing off a few of these. You have blown up a poor gnome in the toilet.
18?
Okay. So just so you know, if you hadn't have re-rolled, it would have exploded on you.
I know!
I had written that into the rule for this as on a 1. It explodes.
I presumed. I better remove that reroll from the.
Now, you said you were holding on, so I will need
Just a little bit. Just a little.
an acrobatics check as this thing goes
Let me
launching
just
off.
Quickly,
A lot faster than you thought it would.
cool. Thanks, Fezzik. You saved my life. Okay. Acrobatics roll. Okay. Whew. Acrobatics. Not so well. 7.
Okay. You hold on for the first probably 20 feet as it goes just launching off at speeds that you were definitely not expecting.
Oh no!
As you see it launching off, you see sparks flying off the front of it, as it seems to elongate in shape. It seems to form scales along it as it does, becoming slightly translucent as it stretches out into the form of a red serpentine dragon.
What the fuck?
I did tell you it was a magical rocket that the guy had been experimenting with.
I forgot about this.
I guess we're going full Bilbo's birthday on this, aren't we?
Oh, full Bill's
Now,
birthday,
let's
yeah.
just be perfectly clear. I still keep going forward even if I let go of the rocket because I'm levitating. I don't have control of my momentum.
You have no control over the momentum that you are still moving forward on.
Yeah,
But
yeah, pretty much.
you're fluffy, there's air resistance, you'll slow down, right?
Hey. I mean, she could also just drop it. She's only like, what, 40 feet in the air? She could just drop it and land in the water.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Romney's point, equal and opposite reaction. What happens to a hovering storm? Your aim was true, however, and the firework goes crashing into the center of the Kraken. Dead center mass. And I will roll some damage for it.
Storm, solving problems with fireworks since she discovered that they exist.
There's going to be no way to tell her not to use this now.
You say solving problems. I think solving is a relative term.
In her mind, they are perfect solutions. She's got like a 1-for-1. Like,
Right. You managed to deal
100% success rate in Storm's mind.
46 fire damage to the to the Kraken as it crashes into its chest.
I'm gonna take it that's my turn.
You get carried a little bit further forward, but yes, that is your turn, and you are. I mean, you do have fairly good control over your mass, but you are kind of tumbling in the air at the moment, as you were not prepared for this.
She's just
And
trying to
the
distract
Kraken
it.
is reeled back. Several of its tentacles coming up into the air and starting to loom towards you.
Anyone who's paying any attention to Storm, she is so thrilled and ecstatic right now. She's got singed fur in all sorts of places. She's screaming in elation and joy. She's like, woo! Yeah, this is so
And now
great!
getting grabbed by Kraken. Awesome.
She's
Yes, you have definitely drawn the attention of the beast as it moves towards you.
Yep, she's just gonna keep moving up.
Yeah, on
Well,
your turn.
On your turn,
my turn.
It's turn. And this thing has reach.
I'm
Lot of
cool,
it, too.
guys. I'm fine. Everything's fine. But hey, maybe I saved some people.
Alright.
Like one round.
3 of its tentacles come reaching up towards you. It seems to have been completely oblivious to all else as you have caused it pain. You have attacked it. How dare you? Its eyes, which look almost blind, they're a milky white, seem to fixate on you, however.
Ooh.
So it, despite it looking blind, it clearly is not.
Can my held action go off and shoot a scorching ray at each of those 3 tentacles as they come in to attack Storm?
You did specifically say the boats, but this is basically the same area and would have the same thing. So yes, I will allow the scorching rays to go off.
Thank you. I just want to help. There you are. Pew. Oh my god!
Goodbye, Alice. We'll miss you for.
What was your rolls to hit?
A 10, a 10, and a 12.
Total?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, those miss.
I rolled 2 2s and a 4.
Oh no!
Oh, that's
I
awful.
rolled pretty badly as well, including a natural 1.
Uh,
So one of the tentacles comes swiping down and just
my
misses.
armor class is 18, though. Keep that in mind. It's not bad.
It's alright. Missing you as it comes crashing down into the sea next to you as it also has misjudged your extra momentum. However, the other 2 do come crashing together, smashing into you. Because a 23 and a 24 definitely hit. Alright.
Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Alright. The first one does 18 points of damage.
Okay. I can handle that.
The next one does 20 points of damage as they come crashing into you.
I'm alive. It's fine.
You are now grappled.
Oh, I'm not so fine.
Nope.
Oh no.
Just. It's just gonna go like this. Go.
Mhm.
It's just gonna crush you like a grape.
Yeah, thanks.
So there is no save against it, you just become grappled when it hits you.
Ooh,
You can attempt to escape it on your turn, but you are grappled.
Yep.
So you are classified as restrained while you're grappled. Alright, but that is its turn. Now, the Magnus Makeda is closer in range. It is also... no, it's not going to move because it will want to keep a safe distance. But it will open volley fire again. You hear the cannons going off behind. This time scoring 2 successful hits instead of just the 1 from before. Ooh, and some very, very nice damage dice. In fact, almost maximum possible damage.
Woohoo!
Alright. Mug.
While Mug is a brave individual, it's sometimes to his folly. So he's going to continue rowing as like the move part of it.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to... Because Storm wouldn't be that far back, I'm guessing. So is part of the Kraken within 30 foot of the ship?
Yes, part of the Kraken is within 30 feet of you, yes.
Yep. I'm going to use telepathy to try and communicate with the Kraken.
Okay.
Saying, we are not a danger. You do not need to attack here. You're best going back to your lair. That could be in danger. You need to leave the area now.
In what
and
language?
Push. I'm going to try Common and Sylvan using telepathy. And cast Suggestion as part of that.
Okay.
So it only works if they can understand the language.
Unfortunately, it does not.
Yeah.
It does speak a few different languages. Common is not one of them.
Well, the only ones I got are Common, Orc, and Sylvan.
Although that would have been cool if you could make friends with a Kraken.
Yeah. Oh no, just tell it to
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here.
Leave me alone.
It just takes Storm.
Yeah, it's a good way to wake up to sudden Kraken. Alright. Are you going to continue rowing as well, or...?
I need to check another spell here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, if it doesn't understand your language. Okay, yep, I can't use that one either. No, I think I'm... Yeah, just kept trying to keep on going. Oh, actually no, I will use a bonus action to... Hey, Storm, sorry I can't help, but I think you can do it.
I presume
Less-
inspiration?
Yes. Less enthusiastic than he's been at other times. Like, he generally looks sorrowful that I can't help.
Alrighty. One moment. Kraken is going to use one of its legendary actions.
Oh, good.
Of course.
Ah, fuck.
It seems to, whilst it has Storm in its grasp, it thinks that it has dealt with the initial problem, but
He has no idea how many explosives I have.
its beady eyes turn towards you, Mug, and your vessel, looking quite tasty over there. One moment.
Oh. I'm preparing for so many contingency spells and just pulling out random kinds of dice. Oh, God.
I think the dice that you should pull out are 4d6, drop the lowest.
It seems to single out your vessel as... It almost seems malicious in its intent, where everything else that has been targeted because it has been attacked, or you believe the vessel may have attacked it, you're not sure what originally spurred it on. This seems to have been... You haven't done anything to it, but it has suddenly singled you out. And you see clouds forming above you as its eyes seem to turn a sparkly black. And you can sense an aura of magic about it.
Okay, that's not good.
As a lightning storm begins to form above your head.
So is that like Call Lightning, the druid spell?
Yes.
Counterspell.
Counterspell.
Can you counterspell a natural ability?
Is it a spell, or is it a spell-like effect, or...
That's the question.
Roll me a d20.
Oh boy!
Nice! Good Kovac.
19 on the dice.
You counterspell it.
Oh! Good Kovac.
Kovac sees the spell coming and goes, I recognize this. And forces its will over its spell, uttering the right incantation to nullify it. And this cloud forming above suddenly passes, and the Kraken seems enraged by this.
Suck it!
But it can only use one energy action per turn, and now it's Kovac's turn.
Okay, bonus action. The spellbook's getting closer by 30 feet.
Okay.
That's as much as I can move it per turn.
It is basically in the space of the Kraken now, so it is definitely capable of hitting it.
Ash?
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm gonna wait until next turn. Regular action, pull out the wand of magic missiles.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot 4 levels worth of charges, so that is 6d4 worth of damage directly at the tentacles holding onto Storm, because I need some guaranteed damage and hope that it's gonna let her go.
Okay, so specifically targeting the two that have grappled her.
Yes.
Okay.
Rolling. Not bad. 3, 6, 10, 15, 18, 21 force damage.
21 force damage. Not bad, not bad.
And I just, I shout, Thalai, I made it mad!
And that's it for your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Next would be a party of level 1s. Thalai, it is your turn.
Looking... So it has moved closer to us.
Mm-hmm.
Why nomicide?
What?
Is this just, is this...
There are no gnomes!
No, 5 of the sailors on the ship were gnomes. They've already died. We're back down to 0 nomicides remaining.
Ash still has 6 gnomes to kill.
Or is this a Kraken mech piloted by gnomes?
I'm sorry, but Romney, it's so funny that you say gnome submersible, because literally when Rory and everyone was discussing what could possibly be the threat to this ship today, one of the suggestions was a gnomish submarine. Which is great.
So, how close are we to the actual body?
To the body itself, you are still some distance away. You're about, 80 feet away. To its mass and being able to attack it, you are only 30 feet.
I am going to indicate for the other sailors to take over.
Mm-hmm.
As I am going to draw my silvered short sword, because I need cutting here, not bludgeoning.
Mm-hmm.
How many people did load up onto this boat?
You have yourself, Kovac, and 4 crew members.
So there is room for me to enlarge myself.
Oh, yes. Yes, and it is
I am-
large enough and stable enough that it
Yeah,
will
I
not
am going
capsize
to
because
move,
of it.
I am going to move to a spot where I will not capsize it
Mhm.
and enlarge myself,
All right.
invoking my giant's might to make myself
Mm-hmm.
large. And I'm just telling them like, and I'm just ready to start hacking it. I'm gonna hold my action to attack a tentacle if it comes towards us.
Okay, Alice. I feel like we need a gnome aside.
Emote?
What's the word? Yeah, emote.
Alright, I guess I'll save this for later.
What?
The
You currently
audience
working on?
is bloodthirsty, and gnomes is the delicacy.
Jesus Christ, guys, y'all are bloodthirsty. What the hell?
All right, so
I
you're
was
ready in
this
your
close,
action.
This close to playing a gnome. This close.
This ship attempts to move out. Most of the attention from the Kraken seems to be focused almost entirely on you at the moment, Mark, or your vessel. However, one tentacle does go lashing out as this vessel comes almost up side by side with Xel'nari, which means you will get your attack of opportunity.
Yep.
As your sorry, not your attack of opportunity, your held action.
Yep.
But it is making an attack of opportunity at the ship, attempting to crush it as it goes.
That is 19 to hit.
That is a hit.
So 19 hits. Okay.
14 slashing damage with the silvered short sword. So it's not
Not bad.
magical. It's not magical. It's just silvered.
All right. You feel the heft of the sword hit into it and barely even scratch the surface of its tentacle. The scales on it are just too hard. You do some damage, but it does not feel like much.
We gotta hydrate, everyone.
Cheers to gnome death. Even Arcanite's joining in with it.
What have you got? Yeah, murder. You're a bunch of murder hobos.
A single cannon shell goes off again from the vessel. It seems that there is one crew team desperately attempting to do what they can to the Kraken.
Yep.
Sorry,
No, you finish. You finish. Sorry.
at point blank range, it does hit. Not bad damage. Alrighty. Yep.
Oh, I am now determined if something happens to lie, I am playing that gnome backup character now. With this audience, I'm very curious to see what will happen.
You're playing with fire there.
That's the point. I want to see what happens.
I mean, technically, then every session I'm redeeming a nomicide because I'm attempting to kill you.
See, I'm doing us all a favor.
Or
Alright.
if a gnome kills something, does that count as a gnomicide of sorts?
It's like, I'll start saving my channel points. Alright. Storm.
Huh?
You are squished between two of its tentacles currently.
What are my options?
Well, you are currently restrained, which means there's not much you can do. You have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws, and you have no movement speed. You can still make an attack. But your attack has disadvantage, or you can attempt to break free.
Does that take my entire action? Or is
yes,
it my
will
movement?
be it's your action, I believe, to break free.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I have a question.
You do.
So
I have
those
an answer.
satchel charges from forever ago,
Yes,
how do they work?
like grenades.
So I light him up and throw him down?
Yeah, pretty much.
Are you really using Molotovs in 2 different campaigns?
They're not
Well, these are
Molotovs.
grenades,
These are
not
grenades.
Molotovs.
These are like full-on satchel. They're like satchels full of explosives. She's been carrying these. You made her put them in an iron box. Which,
Yes.
let's be honest, she actually immediately took out of the iron box. But anyway,
Yeah, she actually did message me saying that she did that, and rolled a stealth check to see if Kovic noticed.
Ah, damn it.
the iron box still exists. It just
She
has
has the
snacks
iron
in it
box.
instead.
So yes, they are basically animal skins stuffed full of an explosive powder concoction that the gnomes that you originally found, which is where this whole gnomicide thing started from, had concocted themselves.
I hate
You've
the
never
fact that
investigated
I
these either,
started
so you
Novicide.
don't even know what these do because you've never investigated them.
She knows they explode.
Yep.
She saw
Fine, guys.
evidence of that.
Yep, it was used for a breaching charge of
Yep.
sorts.
Breaching charge. Right.
Oh, those things. The attached to the weird battering ram thing. Yeah.
Yes.
That'll get me free. Light him up.
An all gnome party trying to fight the gnomicides. You know what, we can do that for a one shot, guys.
I'm gonna say that's our Christmas game.
Yeah.
We have to be at least 10th level, though, to stand a chance.
Okay, so Storm is gonna look at her sister and be like, I could escape. Or I could help them escape. So she shouts to the crew, to like the party. I trust you! And then lights them up and throws them at the Kraken.
You're dropping all 3 of them?
Yeah. I'm making this thing angry.
And you have inspiration if you need it.
Oh yeah, I do too.
It's actually a thermonuclear weapon.
I'll get you to make me a ranged attack roll
Okay.
with an improvised weapon, and it is with disadvantage because you are
Grappled.
being crushed and attempting to light these up while doing it. Now you can just spark your
Lighting
fingers
them
to
up
light it up, which is easy.
just touching it with her hands. Disadvantage.
Mhm.
I was almost a natural 20. This is improvised, so it's just
This
my
is
dexterity.
improvised, yes. This is.
Oh, that's terrible. 8.
You have a D8 inspiration if you think it'll help.
I rolled 8. I don't know how much that'll help. I can try.
If you turn it into a 16, if you get really lucky.
Am I lucky, yo? Am I lucky? I'm not lucky. It's a 10.
10 total? Okay.
10 total. Unless there's something else I can add to it, it's just 10.
That was basically to determine the check for its dexterity save against an explosion going off near it. I rolled a natural 1.
Oh.
But does it have, like, plus 10 to dex saves? I doubt it for something that big.
It has plus 0 to dex saves.
Oh!
It does not need to move fast. It is a colossal creature.
I didn't get to roll dice for the fireworks, and I'm really disappointed. Do I get to roll dice for this?
Alright, you dropped 3 of them.
Just turn my inventory stack to 0.
Can you roll me, please, 4d6 for each?
46 for each. All
Yes.
right. $11 for one.
Okay.
10 for the second. These are all really low. Oops.
And then 20 for the last one.
And then exactly 20 for the last one. I rolled 3 6s.
That's fantastic. Alright. You have done some damage to it. He's not happy with you. You're a pain in his ass.
But you're still grappled at this point, is that right?
Yes, she did not attempt to break free. So the grenades dropped and exploded against its belly. You do see some scorch marks against its chest where it is as blasted, and some scales have definitely been torn apart by it. So it definitely did some decent damage to it.
Yeah, that was 41 damage.
But for the moment, it has taken its attention away from Mug for just a moment. And in that moment, it stuffs you in its mouth. Because you are a pain and it does not like what you are doing to it. So you are swallowed.
Well, I'm gonna burn it the whole way down, bitch. I ain't going down easy.
Probably should have held on to it for this moment. The grenades for this moment.
No! Fuck!
You are while you are inside it, you are blinded and restrained.
This is where you want to have Misty Step.
I do not have that ability.
And it wouldn't help because she can't see where she's teleporting.
No, but you can do a blind teleportation of like 60 foot straight up, can't you?
That's Dimension Door.
Oh, Dimension Door, okay.
Yeah, I was to say, you need Dimension Door for this one.
Mm-hmm.
I have a
Alright.
silver platter still. I'll just beat it to death with this silver platter. I still have fireworks, bitch! I can just light fireworks inside this thing.
You do, yes.
Yeah, many of them.
I'm sure Krakens are just like werewolves in that they hate silver.
Absolutely.
My god. Alright.
Do I take
So,
damage from being stuffed in its face?
Not immediately, no.
Okay, good. I might need healing, guys.
You will take damage at the start of each of its turns until you are released. But because it has only stuffed you in now, you take damage from next turn.
Okay.
Alright. Having dealt with that problem, it returns its efforts towards you, Mug, moving closer.
How fast does it seem to move?
You get the idea that it is not moving its full speed.
Okay.
But it definitely just covered 30 feet as if it was basically effortless.
Did it move away from the warship?
It moved away from the warship and is looming over the top of your ship, bringing down 3 of its tentacles all at you and your ship. Right. Two of them are going to hit the ship. One actually did manage to miss, surprisingly. I'll get you to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, uh-oh. Oh no.
I'll do it for the rest of the crew on board as well.
It could be worse, but that is not good for me.
Okay. One of the crew failed. The other 3 succeeded,
This way.
so they will take half damage.
I'm proficient in dex saving throws and only have a +1. So, my dex saving throw gives me a total of 2. With the +1.
Alright, you will be taking full damage.
Yeah. So I sort of step up from the side of the ship to look where Storm's been swallowed and get slapped in the side of the face.
Yes. However, it has also done enough damage to shatter your ship to pieces as it comes crashing down with both of its tentacles. You take, from the first one, 28 points of bludgeoning damage. And then a further...
No, were they attacking me or the ship or both?
both. So it's hitting the whole thing, because it's crashing down on you, but that's hitting the ship at the same time, because they're big enough to do so. You will also take a further 21 points of damage from the second attack.
Okay. I go down to 0, but because I'm an orc, I'm okay.
Alright.
Oh no!
You and the ship, as it comes flinging its tentacles back up, get flung 60 feet further away into the ocean. Out here.
Just to confirm, Was it water breathing that Sam was casting on us each morning?
So you
That
can.
has a certain relevance at this point in time.
So your ship itself is destroyed, but you as a crew are all in the water in that area there. Everyone's in danger, Alice, not just you.
I'm in very much danger.
All right. You are still awake. So you see rising from the water near you, smaller tentacles coming out of the water, rising up, and you hear a screeching sound that can only be described as primordial in sound. Though
Primordial. I can understand that.
you can.
Shame you don't hear it.
I can hear everything. I'm inside it. I can feel the vibrations,
It's
man.
not coming from that one.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one!
As
Lord and Master Cthulhu is coming to say hi.
as a juvenile breaks the water, it seems you have not stumbled into its hunting ground, you stumbled into its breeding,
Oh no.
which is why it
Yeah.
is fighting defensively. Which seems to make sense why it suddenly lurched towards you, Mug, as you were closest to its young.
Mm-hmm.
It is extremely territorial. And it is now the Magnus's turn.
Have you-
It's just like, oh shit.
Guys, there is a meme in the memes channel, and you should check it out.
Yeah.
Our chat has decided they need no missile.
Ugh.
Alright, so the Magnus
That's pretty good.
is going to volley fire.
Back the good.
Shit, I hit with all four.
Hey.
D10s are rolling very, very well tonight. My
Rude.
D20s not
How
so
dare
much.
they?
Well, this is good. This is damage onto the Kraken, not against, not the
Oh,
Kraken.
okay,
being
yeah,
damage to
yeah,
you.
yeah. Okay, so the dice are on our side tonight. Okay, we can live with this.
We can work with that.
We can work with that.
Alright. Ah. Alright. It actually took enough damage for it to take a Constitution saving throw or spit you back up
Ayo!
from the volley fire to its chest. It failed. So Storm suddenly just gets launched out. Which
Straight.
technically you still have levitate going.
Oh,
so you just...
no, I don't. There's no
Oh,
way I could
did
have
you lose
saved
your-
on those concentration spell saves. Well, actually, no, I could have. Maybe. Hang on. What were they originally? They were a 16 damage and a 20-something damage.
18 and 20. 18 and 20. So you need
In that case,
18,
2
yeah, 2 10s for both of them.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
save on that one, and I save on that one. So I still have it
Yeah,
up.
so you were still levitating, so you just
I'm still levitating!
you get launched very high up as it spits you up into the air above it.
I knew I could trust you
Uh,
guys.
I thought
Well-
it would have been more hilarious if you just launched into the waiting maw of the baby. Like baby feeding a baby bird.
Alright. And now, Margaret, is your turn in the water.
No ship.
No ship.
And caught between a
This should actually be a
kraken and a mini kraken.
Caught between a kraken and a mini kraken.
Did we manage to save any of the surviving sailors?
The lifeboat that came rowing past you, you managed to distract it enough. It is chock full. It looks like it's got about 20 people on board.
Are the people still running around on the ship itself?
Most of them have unfortunately been picked apart, but you can hear the cannon going off, so there is definitely some people still on board.
Yeah. Mug's gonna call out to Thalai to get a pickup. We need to get out of here. And start swimming over to where the other ship's at.
Alright.
Okay.
So you're swimming over to their ship. You're out there with some of your crew.
And I will cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I need to. In fact, I'll do a level 3 Cure Wounds.
Alright. Kovak.
Okay, it's go time.
I like
Ash?
the
How far away is my book from the Kraken?
Your book is in amongst its tentacles. You are very close.
Can I get a distance in feet, please? From its head specifically.
From its head, you're probably about 15 feet.
Okay. I'm going to move my spellbook forwards 30 feet into its head.
Okay, so trying to get into its maw.
No. The spectral mind is intangible, and it can occupy the same physical space as creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Does it do damage if it ends its turn in the same physical space?
No.
Okay.
And I can see everything that the book sees.
That's kind of disturbing.
So I am going to
have to have a discussion later about privacy.
I am going to pass the spellbook through the head of the Kraken, and I am doing my best to try and locate its brain.
Okay. Roll me. Oh God, what would I say for this?
Medicine?
Yes.
That's honestly fair.
I will go with medicine. Yeah, it was either going to be probably nature or medicine, but I guess this is not nature because it is not a natural creature.
That's a net one.
Ooh.
Can I use a reroll, please?
I'm happy for him to use the reroll.
I mean, I don't mind.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, I'm not. Do we have enough?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I think you've got 3 left.
Okay. Oof! 24!
Nice. All right, you locate what you assume to be its only brain.
Okay. I have eyes on its brain. The book is there.
Mhm.
I can cast spells through the book at things I can see.
Yes.
I'm going
Fireball.
I'm going to cast Fireball inside the Kraken, but I'm changing it to acid damage
Oh,
because I can do that.
Yep. Yes, you can.
fuck.
Mechanically, it's no different than doing on the outside, but it is far cooler.
Well,
I mean,
It's in its fucking brain.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say that it literally cannot evade this, so it's guaranteed maximum damage.
Maximum damage.
Well, I mean, like it's not going to roll
Save
a
for
save
half.
against it. It fails to save. Yes.
Full damage instead of maximum.
Yes.
Okay. I'm rolling. Ooh, pretty juicy. Okay. 10, 15, 17. 25 acid damage detonates inside this Kraken's skull.
25.
And I sincerely hope the fact that that this has happened to its brain is going to be more impactful than not.
Oh, it loses a point of intelligence. It goes from intelligence 2 to intelligence 1. Or
I don't
3 to
know.
2, or whatever its stats are.
Its intelligence is actually quite high.
Oh,
I will say this, higher than everyone else in the party.
It's more than me. I have a 20
Yeah.
intelligence.
Krakens are very intelligent creatures.
They're not stupid. Unfortunately, we are.
In fact, they would be classified as geniuses.
but they don't understand common.
They don't need to understand common, it's beneath them.
Why would you speak the language of your food? Why would you speak the language of the ants?
They can speak Celestial.
I will absolutely howl at the top of my lungs, just be like, go! Because if what Mug did to this creature's brain was offensive, imagine what it's going to feel like.
No. My thing was a separate issue, it turns out.
Yes. How is it going to respond to this? It doesn't know that you've just done this.
Just a spooky book has floated into it, and now it has a killer headache.
And maybe some medium to long-term brain damage.
You should have done cold damage to give it brain freeze.
Yeah, but it's a sea creature, so cold might be just like...
I rolled to see how it's going to respond to this, and I rolled a 1 again.
So you do realize if we do kill this thing, we're going to have to like take its body and ferment it so we can make some Kraken rum.
I will put it this way, you are not even at half damage yet.
I know. Like
you are...
Yeah.
You hear a... Actually... Mug and Sam would hear this as they are telepathically tuned. Storm, you might be able to kind of hear something. Though Salmon's actually does languages Sam might actually understand what it says. No, he does not. You hear a whale reach out through a telepathic link. You imagine that it is possibly trying to call out to its young. It seems in pain and it seems desperate, but you cannot understand what it is. But it is painful for you to listen to. It is such a strong force of telekinetic energy that is going through. And you can sense its distress in that it is just kind of broadcasted across everything, and that's how you've managed to pick up on it. And it seems to be enraged and thrashing about. And it is going to use another one of its legendary actions at the end of your turn, Kovac. As it's smashing into the water around it, you can see some of the crew diving off the ship trying to get free. And still, there's plenty of the crew in the water around it as its tendrils start to spark, like bolts of lightning running up it. You can see an almost blue glow from within its tendrils as it starts smashing into the water, and the water itself around it begins to spark and electrify. And several gnomes who had just jumped into the water perish as they are electrocuted. As well as everyone within 120 feet in the water of it, which, Mug, you are just outside of. Literally just outside of. As, yes, the water around it is electrically charged. I'm not even going to bother for saving throws for the crew. They are definitely dead from it. But yes, its entire body seems to be channeling lightning into the water. It definitely seems to be enraged by what has happened to it. Thalai, it is your turn.
How far above us is Storm?
She is, well, it is about standing about 120 feet out of the water. She is probably at about another 60, 70 feet above that because she just got launched.
So no, nothing I can reach her. Okay.
No. I mean, she's awake.
I'm
But
conscious.
it's more the fact I can't throw a rope to her for her to hold on, and then we drag her away as she
No, but
die.
she does have a magical animated rope.
Yeah, but not that long.
Regardless, I have to assume for the time being, Storm self. I am now large. I grab both oars and I just row us towards Mug as quickly and as strongly as I can.
You can, seeing as you are in the area of water that is electrified, but thankfully your boat is creating enough of a barrier between you and the electricity. You can see the sparking of the water as it has charges run through it, almost like waves of energy as it comes out from each of the tendrils that hit the water. But you turn around and start rowing for your life towards Mug.
And the crew that's
yeah.
around him.
You make your way to them and are able to start scooping them up.
Yep, just lean over and just grab them one-handed.
As Kendall pointed out, it'll be raining cats soon.
Oh, shush.
Alright. Is that all you're doing for your turn?
Yep, rode over to Mug and started pulling the crew out.
Alright, the other ship is just sailing on its way. It does not think that it can do anything here. You do not hear a cannon ring out this time from the ship, as you see what's left of it under the Kraken's thrashing being brought below the seas as the ship itself is torn to pieces. There are no surviving crew left on board that vessel. So,
Wait, me?
yep, you're about 70 feet up in the air above the Kraken.
Yep. Can I see, is, like, everyone else looking pretty safe?
They are out of its range at the moment, and it seems to just be flailing in the area, so it hasn't given chase currently.
Okay, with my spyglass, can I see anything of note? I'm just spend my time or rather just spend some time just checking everything around me.
Observing. You can see that the young Kraken is turning as if to move away from the sailing ship, the Magnus.
So towards us, or...?
No, away from you all. So it looks like it is going to be moving off towards, in the direction of the island a bit, around the rocks.
Okay. Yeah, so away from us, away from the survivors. Okay. In that case, she'll be satisfied that everyone seems to be in potential safeness for now. And... Yeah. So, what she has in mind is she can tell the rope to, like, go to a point and then it will stay there. So she'll do that and start dragging herself towards the boat.
Technically plausible, yes.
And then when
But,
she gets to the end of it, send it out again.
It won't stay like that. It still obeys the laws of physics. So whilst it can snake itself around, it can't hold itself.
Hang on. The rope of
In
climbing.
space.
This 60-foot length of silk rope weighs If you hold one end of the rope and use an action speak command word, the rope animates. As a bonus action, you can command the other men other end to move towards a destination you choose. The end moves 10 feet on your turn and when you first command it, and then 10 feet on each of your turns until reaching its destination.
Yes. But it's not like an immovable rod where it becomes a fixed point. If you pull against it,
can't
you're
support
still
your weight.
going to pull against it. So it isn't tethered to anything in that direction, so you're still going to be pulling it towards you.
It's a
Though I
60
must
foot.
say,
How far am I away from everyone else then?
You are a good. Well, you're. Sorry, I've got to move you. You're up above the Kraken itself. You're about a good 180 feet away from them.
Okay.
Because you're up.
Alright. Well, in that case, because she has played with the rope, she knows how it works. She won't do that. She'll just stay safely up high. And if she thinks that it might have range on her, she will keep moving up a little bit. In fact... How far away am I from the Kraken?
You are about 70 feet above it.
Okay. I only have this spell for 10 minutes. She's going to start using little gusts of wind to try and move herself. It's going to be very slow.
It's like.
Yeah, no, like even slower than that, because it's like
But you can move.
tiny.
You've got levitate. You can move.
Up and down, not sideways. The other option is to grab some fireworks and use them as rocket launchers.
I'll start you drifting as you need to go back to the ship.
Yeah. Little like
I
little
believe.
bottle
I
rocket.
believe while you're levitating, you can drift.
It's just up and down. I have nothing to create momentum.
Maybe we should have that as a t-shirt. Storm madly holding on to a firework while flying through the sky, while
At a Kraken.
gnomes are dying on a ship behind her.
Oh god, someone's gonna have to remember that. I'm already drawing
Nothing
numbers
bad
right
ever
now.
happened with a cat flying on a firework. That is a sentence I never thought I'd speak. All right.
Yeah, okay. Well, if it's not
Yeah, so
effective for
you're-
her to use little gusts, she'll use a couple of like little fireworks to just rockets.
All right. So you're propelling yourself back towards the ship.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, little rocket
On-
thrusters. What did I
On
say?
its turn, it finishes demolishing what's left of the ship and then makes its way towards you all. The sparks down its tendrils stop as it starts moving towards you, though, as it has stopped its lightning. It comes rearing out of the water as much as it can, and it comes crashing down with 3 of its tendrils towards your boat again.
We are in trouble.
That is 2 successful hits.
On us or the boat?
On all of you, because you are all within the boat and it cannot possibly not hit you all as well. So I'll get you to make dexterity saves, see if you can avoid taking full damage from it.
Okay. 2 dex
how-
saves or just one?
How many
2 dex
saves?
saves or just one?
Two dexterity saves.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad.
That's better. 16 and 12.
9 and 13.
15 and 7.
Alright. You all are only taking half damage then from this.
Okay.
The first one being would be 20 damage, so 10. And the second one is actually quite low, 17 damage. So only 8. 9, sorry. No, 8 because round down.
What about the actual
Oh.
rowboat?
The boat is quite badly damaged. A large chunk of it is cracked apart, and it is definitely taken on water, but it is currently still afloat.
Are all the sailors still alright?
They are not looking good. none of them are looking good. They are keeping the ship afloat and they are moving, but none of them are looking good. Unfortunately, two. Oh, actually, no, you don't have any of the crew. Never mind. Oh, good. I was going to say some of the wounded, but there are no wounded on your vessel. Alright. The young Kraken, however. What is your movement, good sir? Starts moving away.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, good.
Thank God. Thank God.
Probably not actually good. You know that, right?
And
No, it means
the Kraken finishes its movement by moving between you and it.
Protect its young.
And again, the Magnus opens fire. Oh, I got 2 critical hits.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you lucky that's not when I'm firing at you?
Yes, we are.
That is a solid amount of damage. Alright. It is at half health.
See, guys, we can take it. We can kill it.
We can't.
No, I'll just give bardic inspiration to the gunners on the ship for each round.
Alright, Marg, it is your turn.
Yeah, I can't exactly.
So on the ship with which was originally Thalai's rowboat. Just to confirm, the movement of the big Kraken went to sort of intercept between us and the young.
100%. Yeah.
Did it seem to get any closer to us?
It had originally come up to you to attack and then moved back a bit,
Yep.
so backing away slightly to move between you and its young.
So yeah, I'll jump on the other oar from.
I've got both. I've got both because I'm large.
Oh yeah, because you're large. Yep. Yeah, I'll inspire Thalai. Just row like there's a motherfucking Kraken at your heels.
He's a motherfucking Kraken at our heels.
Then row. I don't know whether there's too much else I can do. How far away is it?
It is currently still within range of you, so its tentacles are within attack range, as melee range basically, but its body is 60 feet away.
I'll chuck out a level 3 dissonant whispers. As after its psychic scream sort of came my way, I'll start returning the favor to try and pierce through its mental defenses.
Alright.
Wisdom save, difficulty 15.
I rolled a 17 on the dice, but does it...
Yeah.
No, it does serve a pass. Seeing if it was a negative. No, but it is wise.
Oh, no, yeah, you said it was intelligent, not... it was super intelligent, not necessarily super wise, yeah.
Yeah, but it is actually quite wise as well.
Yep. Damn. Because if it failed, it would have had to use all its speed to move away from me. Which
is not an inconsiderable amount of speed.
Half as much damage. Okay. I'm just going to roll through. Roll 20. Oh, for fuck's... 12 damage.
Well,
No, that's... Yeah. And then it halves that to 6.
Ooh.
12 damage on 5d6.
Oh,
That sucks.
That's nasty.
Mm.
Alright. You all hear back its retort from this. You've tried to psychically assail it again, and this time it retorts. It is just a wailing scream in some unknown language as far as you're all concerned, except for Storm, who does speak Primordial. But for everyone else, it is just a wail that makes you just hold your heads in pain for a moment. Nothing injuring, but enough that it's almost deafening to you from inside your mind, like someone like yelling in your own mind. Storm, you hear it screeching out, "Leave! Be gone!" Perfect, your turn.
Okay.
Well, I didn't hear that.
No, you heard a screech in your mind that hurt.
Ow. Okay. How close is my spellbook to the surface of the water at this point?
Probably only about 30 feet off.
Okay. I'm gonna send the book directly down.
Okay, down into the water.
So, with it being 30 feet up, it just begins to break the surface, and the spellbook sheds dim light up to 10 feet, and I have dark vision when I see through it.
Okay.
Just assume that I'm just gonna keep on sending it down to the bottom on subsequent turns. I have no way of knowing what it actually just yelled at me. So I am going to, seeing how damaged the boat is and just fearing for our lives, I'm going to cast another fireball.
Okay. This time it actually does get to make a save against it.
Mm-hmm. This one is once again going to be acid damage.
Mm-hmm.
Because cold and lightning and fire both makes no sense to me personally.
What's the DC?
It is a DC 16 dex save.
That doesn't matter. I rolled a 4. I just wanted to get.
Okay.
And it has a glorious +0.
Very good to know. So I feel like as opposed to a cacophonous boom and a roar of fire, it goes.
Yeah.
And just begins to crackle and fizz as the acid violently reacts with the surface of its skin.
Roll me some damage.
Okay. 10, 15, 20, and another 25.
5. Not bad at all.
And I'm out of third level spell slots.
Lie.
Oh, me. Shit. Row.
Row your boat as far as fucking away.
Athletics to push myself, I guess, if that's allowed.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
And you have inspiration.
I have advantage because I'm enlarged, and I have inspiration. Let's see. That's a nat 20, but I'm going to use that. I'm using inspiration as well.
The boat just leans back and...
Yeah, it's the comical cartoon stuff. Just...
So...
He throws away the oars, he gets in and just starts running in the water. Just...
Yep.
When stoning a boat.
On the dice, 4 on the inspiration, plus 8 to athletics for a total of... Actually, no, sorry. I would bonus action to activate the frost rune to give me a +2 as well. So that is a 34 on athletics.
All right, you find the 2 holes in the boat that were slowly letting on water, and you just shove your feet through it, and then just
Well, if we had water walking spell,
I mean, it would have been great. He's big enough to lift up the boat as well, so he could have.
I just go.
You just go. You catch up with the other vessel, which has been slowly making its way, and they just watch you just like, like what the hell?
To be fair, there's at least 20 on that boat. They're a bit laden. That's
yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
But you gun it. In every way, shape, and form of it, you gun it.
I just hope
and they just continue to make it up. They have made it almost alongside the Magnus and getting ready to. You can see the ladders being thrown over for them to be able to board. So,
Me. I'm just making my way downtown, floating slow.
Continue to poot your way over.
Toot toot. Yep.
So spending your movement and your action.
Yep.
Alrighty.
I've only got
I
10
just
minutes of this shit,
Yes,
yo.
yeah, just good.
I just posted the perfect portion of YouTube video in the memes channel to represent what the lie just did.
I'm flying high!
It's. I perfectly imagine the end of that clip to be perfect for it as well.
I cannot watch it because it will be heard on stream.
Oh, good.
It's great. It's great.
It's
Yeah.
incredibly accurate. I just imagine him just embedding himself in the side of the ship and just be like, "Yep, cool, we're here."
Are you able to link it into like the chat? So like in the stream chat.
They can jump onto the Discord and have a look. It is in our memes and shit posting channel.
I'll try and put it in chat as well. I think I can do that.
Oh, yes, you can.
Yeah.
Alright. On its turn, you have continued to assail, so it is coming towards you again. It gives
Oh.
chase, catching up
Oh,
with you.
wait! I know what Storm was gonna do on her turn. I suddenly remembered. She
What?
was gonna yell at it.
Okay.
What, in Primordial?
Primordial.
I mean, she just heard it speak in Primordial.
Yeah,
Through
yeah,
her
yeah,
mind,
yeah.
so-
I completely forgot about that. She'll scream at it, let us go and we will leave immediately.
Roll me a persuasion.
That was almost a nat 20. It was like on 20 and it just went tonk. Damn it. Persuasion 12. If only I had that inspiration still.
It gives pause for a moment, looking to the heavens towards you, trying to work out exactly what just spoke to it. This little speck off into the sky, as far as it's concerned.
Something maybe?
You hear a voice back inside your mind. This time, more collected, more proper, instead of screeching out. Be gone with you, or I will feast on all of your corpses. I will bring you to the depths like the others. If you touch my young, you die.
She just runs. Yeah, okay, no worries! Cat thumbs up in the distance that it can't see as well.
It does not give chase.
And she says to the party, we should leave it alone now! Don't
They
attack
definitely
it!
can. Actually, roll me perceptions, guys, because you are quite far away from them.
Okay.
She'll just scream real loud. Don't attack!
And over the sound of cannon fire going off constantly, and the Kraken itself,
And fireballs.
yes, acid balls.
19.
16.
5.
A lie, you are the only one who hears it. You can hear just this wailing sound in the distance.
Don't attack!
Do I actually hear what Storm says, or just hear?
Yes, you are able to make out enough of it to get a gist of what she's saying.
Just leave it be, 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 just leave it be. I'm basically just saying it as a mantra.
But it does not give chase for this turn. The Magnus fires another volley.
Ah, shit.
Holy shit, I just rolled 4 18s.
The fuck?
Yeah, all 4 dice 18. So that's definitely hits.
Heck yeah.
Not quite heck yeah, she did just manage to convince it not to attack you.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, but
Barely.
damage? Good. I don't know.
Some juicy damage. Alright. All 4 cannons ring off and hit center mass, just pummeling into it, and you can hear it roaring out. You hear Storm, it roaring out telepathically. Liar!
I said we'd leave immediately if it stops attacking. I didn't say that we wouldn't attack it.
I'm sure Mug would love to argue those kind of technicalities with it, but he doesn't. He's not aware of this. And Mug, it is your turn.
Yes, getting the tongue spell is now higher on my list of priorities.
Mhm. That's a good one.
It is
Because
very-
that way I can mess with everyone we meet. How far away are we?
You are 180 feet from its body mass. Still only about 60 feet away from its furthest reach for its tentacles.
And I know that we were told not to attack it, right?
You just heard Thalai constantly repeating, "Leave it alone, leave it alone, leave it alone," or "Leave it be." However, you would have seen that it did not pursue.
I am going to cast Sending to the captain of the ship, saying, "Stop the cannon, don't go any closer. It can still kill us. We need to save the wounded."
You put back. We're boarding the crew as we speak. But stop. We need to fend it off while you make your retreat.
I can't reply. Until, I can't reply.
I will get you to make me a persuasion roll, please.
That I can do.
While he
18.
may question it, he may still follow it.
18.
Okay. You will find out if he follows it
Mhm.
on their turn. Kovac.
Spellbook is going into the depths another 30 feet.
Okay.
What? Can I see the bottom yet?
No, it is quite deep here. But what you can see is the electrified remains of several gnomes, several other seamen, bodies within the wreckage, and the wreckage itself splintered to pieces, shattered apart. From under here, you're able to see the true mass of the Kraken under the water, still extending down into the water like a giant serpent. You imagine if it was to fully extend itself above the water, it would probably reach about 180 feet straight up into the air. It is, by all means, gargantuan.
Can I see anything of value in the wreckage of the ship that people might not have thought to take?
Roll me a perception.
Okay.
They weren't exactly thinking of taking stuff.
That is a 9.
No, you cannot. You can
That's
see.
one big ass
uh,
kraken.
You can see parts of the hold that if you were to get your book into, you could probably be able to see stuff. But what has broken free is ammo cartridges, cannons, cannonballs all over the place, a few barrels of possibly black powder, you're not sure. Remembering that this is a wartime vessel and was decked for war.
Okay. I've been told not to attack. Or rather, I've had Thalai not attack. I've seen it is hesitating.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to hold my ground. I will not. I will not be doing anything. My attention is split in between what I can see under the waves and what I can see above them, and I am doing my utmost to suppress those pesky emotions.
Alright, Phil, I assume you're just keep rowing?
Just keep rowing, just keep rowing, just
Alright.
keep rowing.
With your added strength and burst of energy, you make it to the side of the ship, and the ladders are thrown down for your crew to start boarding.
Just leave, get us and leave! Leave! No shooting!
By this point, the crew have abandoned the other lifeboat, not even bothering to hook it to take with them. They have just abandoned and gone on board. Do you say anything else, by the way, on your turn? As you were saying, just stop attacking before.
Yeah, just stop attacking it, get ready to leave. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Storm,
Me?
you heard it call out liar.
She would. No, I promise we'll leave straight away. We don't want to hurt you. We just want to go.
Why does your vessel attack?
Because it's so far away. We're defending ourselves just like you are. Do you want me to do another persuasion?
One last chance. Or I take it to the depth.
Yeah, okay. And she proceeds to keep.
Salutes the air that he definitely can't see. Puffing your way over Puffin Billy style.
Yep. Real slowly, hoping that 10 minutes doesn't end before she gets there.
On its turn, it submerges under the water to pull itself out of line of sight of the cannon.
And she's just screaming as she comes up to the ship, "Don't attack! Don't attack! Don't attack! Don't attack!"
You can see several of its tentacles still above the surface, probing the air around it. As a warning that it is still present. But with it under the water, it will be extremely hard for the vessel to be able to defend itself against it. On the Magnus's turn, you hear the order for ceasefire given from Pilvin. So he did. Whilst he questioned the order, he did adhere to it. And Mark, it is your turn.
So we're at the ship.
You're at the side of the vessel, and the crew are helping everyone board, but you lot are still to board.
Yeah, I'll climb up to the top and get ready to help out other people up the side if they're having difficulty.
Alright, if no one else is to take any hostile actions, then I will assume that the encounter is over, as it will honor its word.
I'm not being hostile, but I do have something I want to do while I'm still in range.
Okay, yep.
I'm sending my book towards the wreck ship closer by 30 feet, and I'm going to try and find anything of value just a little bit harder.
Okay. I'll get you to make me an investigation roll, please.
That's my jam!
as you will have some time while the vessel is turning about to pull away, where you will still be within range to continue your investigation.
That is an 18.
Okay. Within the hold, you can see that there is a heavy banded iron chest. It seems to be put aside inside a holding area with barring and everything, so if anything is of particular interest, it is probably within that chest.
Okay.
That is the only thing you are able to see within it, and you can see by the weight of it that it is pressed down against the bottom of the hull, so it is sinking with the hull instead of floating amongst the rubble. So it
Can I
is
hazard a guess?
weighted.
Can I hazard a guess at how heavy it is just by looking at it?
It itself seems to be made of stone with iron banding on it, so it itself, the chest, is quite heavy. It is also large enough that Sam could easily fit with inside it.
Is it greater than 500 pounds?
No.
Okay. I am going to, through the perspective of my spellbook, speedy cast Tenza's floating disc. And that means that for the duration of the spell, as long as the book remains within 100 feet of the disc remains, and as the book returns to me, the book can exist up to 300 feet from me. As soon as the book moves more than 20 feet from the disc follows. And so while the boat is turning around, I will take a minute for the book to, at every bonus action, move the disc and the chest back to us.
Need to make a calculation here, because whilst I did tell you that the chest is not 500 pounds, I did say that it was in a caged off area of the ship that is left. So there is no way for you to get that chest out.
Oh.
So
would it be possible?
Can you cast Mage Hand to pick a lock?
Could I? Yes, I have two more castings through the book. So if either I need to blast a hole through some already damaged wood or force open a bar, I can try that.
Okay, you could try either of those two things.
Okay.
There is some damaged hull, because most of it is damaged, and the gate does seem to be damaged, but it is still held in place, so you imagine it's still possibly locked.
Considering how this kind of thing would work, I will position the book appropriately to a damaged portion of the hull, and through the book I will cast Dragon's Breath Thunder Damage to rip through the remaining wood.
Roll the damage.
Okay. 9 damage.
9 thunder damage?
Yes. She's pretty good at, like, knocking things around and blasting up an object, hopefully.
You, as you are still able to see through the vessel, through your spellbook's eyes, you see the reverberation of the wave as the sonic charge of your spell goes off, blasting into the side of the wreckage, shattering a part of it off. You think it is wide enough to get the chest.
Okay. Speedy cast Tenza's floating disc under the chest, pull it out.
Okay. It almost for a moment looks as if it's not going to. It crashes into the side of it, and then eventually the hole breaks open enough from the force of the chest for the chest to break free, and you summon yourself a stone chest.
Just floats along as the boat's taking the minute to sheepishly turn around. I call my book home.
And the krakens both submerge under the water, no longer being able to see where exactly they are.
When Storm eventually gets back on the ship, she will land her ass, and I mean she will like flop like this on the deck, and be like, "Okay, so apparently that was its breeding grounds, and it had a baby and was getting territorial. We should probably mark it on a map or something that you should not go there."
Yes, I think it is a wise decision never to return to this area. Although this is so close to a trade line, it's strange that creatures
I
never
would
attacked before.
recommend rerouting. It's probably because it now has a little baby.
It's also possible that its previous territory was displaced by that giant blast into the sky.
Yes, I think that you're probably right in that factor. This area does seem to make a good place to nest with all the sharp rocks and no doubt cave networks underneath. I will inform Barovia. They will have to make changes. This is unfortunate. Going around the island instead of through this area will add nearly 2 weeks to the journey.
Could they travel closer to the coast of the continent rather than the islands out here?
Perhaps, but it is not safe waters due to, well, one, piracy, but also just shallows and hidden reefs. This is
Well,
why we go so far out.
the creature was actually quite intelligent. You might be able to make a treaty compromise. It may be
It did not
reasoned
seem
with.
intelligent to me. It seemed
It-
barbaric.
What language it speak?
Couldn't you talk to it? Couldn't you hear it say things in your mind?
No?
It sounded like a whale echoing through a cave.
Though its brain was huge, at least from the inside.
It did not sound like that to me. It was telling me that I was a liar because I told it we would that we would leave it alone. But you guys kept attacking it.
Oh, I feel a lot worse for casting fireball inside its brain now.
You did what? No wonder it was angry.
Well, it was technically a ball of acid, but yeah.
Hey Kovac, how do you like the sound of acid on your brain?
A lot less because I'm intelligent. I wasn't aware of this creature's intelligence. Hence, I now feel certain pangs of guilt.
Maybe if Captain worry about pirates, we set rumor that pirate treasure buried on island. Pirates come to find treasure, get eaten by kraken. Young kraken have good tasty pirate food to eat. Everyone win.
That seems like it's going to start different problems, Mug.
Speaking of treasure, can I get you four with ropes to the port side, please? And just point at for the crew.
They look confusedly, but Pilvin gives them a nod of, yep, do as she asks. And they do. They send ropes over to the side.
Yes, I poke my head over and go, perfect timing. And I begin to use my mage hand to lash ropes to the sides and underneath of the stone chest and say, all right, on three.
They
One,
start to
two.
hoist it up. Looking extremely confused at how a chest just materialized out of the water.
I think the rest of us would be looking confused as well.
Well, I've been doing some research, and I have learned the value, as this like spectral ghost book floats up beside me, of an incorporeal spellbook that can travel far from me and that I can cast spells through.
Muffled enough so that only you hear it, Kovac. You hear gimmick from the Tome of Misspells.
Gimme?
He might be a little bit jealous.
I cast my gaze down to the tome and I just whisper, "You got yours. Let me have mine."
It just
Right?
laps at you slightly.
You cast what was it? A storm of ick?
Yep.
Yes. Very well done. Anyway,
So Storm's gonna sit up and turn to the party and go, "So this is what I said to the creature. Can you guys not understand?" And she will repeat what she said in Primordial, sounding rather absurdly guttural for a normally high-pitched squeaker.
What? Was that what you said, or you have furball?
No, that's
Sound like you tried cough something up.
no. That is what I say to creature. It understood me.
is that the same language as the written language that you found in that book I copied for?
Oh, I didn't think of that. Maybe it is.
You
Hey,
you
and
have been you have been going through that book, haven't you? I did put some effort into it.
it is very fascinating. Although I have fallen asleep on it a couple times and there is a few drool spots, but it's still legible.
Okay.
I may have added some pictures. And then she shouts out for not Swift, Subtle. Subtle?
Subtle.
Hey Subtle, can you understand this? And she screams at him in Primordial, "You're a pope!"
He comes moving over to you looking very angry.
She's like, "Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit." She like
Not
starts...
not in the fact that he seems to have understood
No,
what
no,
you
no,
said.
she...
just
That's what
in
she's
general
assuming.
anger.
No, I know, but that's what she's assuming. She's in trouble, and she's like backing up on the thing and like hides behind the legs of someone, whoever the
And
nearest person
he
is.
just grabs your shoulder and he's like, "If you ever pull that again."
I'm going to step up behind him, put my hand on his shoulder. You're about to say something?
I'm sorry,
He looks over his shoulder,
I won't call you pope.
lets go of her. She's reckless, endangers herself. Stupid.
I was saving people. Look at these people. The creature was going to attack them. Someone had to do something. And I'm fine. Just a little beaten up.
Roll me a persuasion.
Oh dear.
I'll give advantage because Muggers intervene as well.
Thank God.
Well, I was
Oh,
going to be trying
boy!
to angle for intimidation in a minute as well.
Made no difference. I rolled the same number twice.
Which is?
From the sound of it, not good.
9.
No. He shrugs off your hand, turns and just grunts slightly, and then just moves away. Obviously still frustrated, but not wishing to continue the conversation.
As he's moving away through a telepathic message, I'll say to him, "Remember, she's our reckless friend, not your reckless property. You are here as a kindness. You can be put overboard at any point." And I'll try and intimidate, I guess.
Okay.
29.
Okay.
Oof.
You're unsure of how he reacts to it. If he is intimidated, he definitely does not show it. He just continues walking away.
Hey, Storm.
Yeah.
Let's not have seafood anytime soon.
But it's so delicious.
Yeah, but you were nearly seafood's food. Let's not have seafood anytime soon.
Look, I'm not going to lie. I was kind of hoping we could kill it so that I could try what it tasted like. It looks so delicious. But then it spoke to me and I was like, maybe not. That might be a little bit weird. I'm hungry.
Would I be able? Oh, sorry.
Oh, she just said I'm hungry.
While all this has been happening, Kovac is casting her gaze across the survivors of the war vessel, trying to find the highest ranking officer among them.
Understanding their hierarchy, you would recognize the ship's bosun as probably being the highest ranking officer. The first mate and captain seem to have gone down with the ship.
They're probably firing the cannon.
As well as any other higher ranking commanders or military men that may have been aboard. It looks like most of the crew that has survived are either low-ranking officers or just ship's crew.
Excuse me, bosun.
He kind of looks at you slightly dazed. Oh, yes, that is me.
I trust you are well. Do you know what is inside this chest?
How did you get that?
I'm really rather good.
No, I don't know what's in there. That was not privy to us. It's for the Queen, though. And he seems very, very out of it, very not quite all there at the moment.
The Queen?
Yes. We are in Her Majesty's service.
All right. I was hoping to have a look inside, but Pilvin, Captain.
Yes, sir.
I've just been informed that this chest is property of Her Majesty the Queen.
Ah. Well, yes, of course. It was one of her royal vessels. It makes sense that this would be... That's where you got it from? Is that kind of moment of realization in his mind of, wait, that's where... How did you accomplish that? All right.
I trust you'll be able to return this to Her Majesty's court with little delay.
I love that everyone kind of
Of
just
course.
glossed over the fact that Storm had a conversation with a kraken.
Not the strangest thing to happen in the last half an hour.
It's true.
Just
We
a
also
part
got
of the
over the-
long list.
Glossed over the fact that you were like spitballed like a naughty student in a classroom.
Also glossed over the fact that she rode a spectral dragon into it in the first place.
Moving on.
Are we all there where you're talking about it being part of the Queen?
Yeah.
It's literally on the deck. Yeah,
I'm just on the deck by the bosun, calling up to Captain Pilvin and saying, "You'll take it to the Queen, then, yeah?"
I'll see it properly secured and return to Her Majesty.
Excellent. Do be sure to inform her of who was responsible for acquiring this item and saving it from the clutches of certain doom.
He looks at you for a moment. Just... You are a perplexing woman.
Yes, but I would be a fool to turn down Her Majesty's favor.
Mug will
you
sort
are.
of step up and go, if you need a gift for Kovac, expensive ink and parchment from the Queen would be nice.
Please.
You get like a small keg of ink and like 100 sheets of paper.
At this, he turns from you, just shaking his head. Right. Tend to the wounded. Stow that below decks. Make sure no one touches it. And let's make sail away from here as quickly as possible before it decides to, well, make dinner of us.
As long as we don't go near it, it will leave us alone.
Yes.
As much as I would like to take your word for it, I would still like to make distance as quickly as possible.
Okay, but don't go near it. It will actually try and kill us again.
Distance means away. Look
Okay.
closer.
Okay.
Very well. We set sail. After this minor detour, it should be no more than a week. Maybe a few days more. Depends on if the wind is favorable, and we shall have you at your destination. It has been interesting having you aboard. Lucky that we did have you, though. Things could have gone much worse.
Indeed.
Well, and we shall leave it there for tonight, because it is 10:30.
Okay.
Yay!
Uh,
We lived.
You lived. You survived the Quacken.
That was terrifying.
Thank you all for joining us. I hope
Oh
you had
boy.
fun. I know
Yeah.
I did, torturing my players. I thought it too cruel to do some re-rolls there myself. So I may have killed some. Should have done it. Oh well, next time. Thank you all for joining us. We will be back next week for more shenanigans on the high seas and just landing at port finally.
Yeah.
And Oddie hopefully will be back with us next week, which means we
Yes.
will be continuing with Oddie's storyline, trying to find their sister.
Mm-hmm.
Brother.
No, we're trying to
Yeah.
find their sister, officially.
Yeah. It's her sister, Ash.
Sister,
Think
brother. Either one.
Their sibling.
This.
I'm
Also,
I'm
for
You
anyone,
lived and gnomes died. Great session.
so in case anyone doesn't know, if you refresh your Twitch, there is now a dead gnome emote.
Oh my god.
A moment.
It is a
Refresh
follower
that.
emote. It is free for everyone to use. You now may all spam the chat with dead gnomes.
Oh my god. How do you make an emote happen?
I draw it, as I have been.
No. I mean, is it like slash the phrase?
Oh, no, 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 no.
There's two options. You can either just click on the little emote icon thing and scroll down until you find it, or you can type
Or you can
in...
type in Stormy121 gnome.
Yes. Or you could just copy it off someone else who has already done it.
But
Ugh.
since it's a follower emote, it's only capital G.
The gnome.
Okay.
There you
And
go.
presumably at some stage we will level up to level 7.
At some point. Yeah, so since it's a follow emote, it only exists on our channel. But that's okay. Yeah. Okay, well, that's that. Hope you all had fun. I got very derailed. I was drawing out DM, but coloring in our DM, but I got distracted. When the chat
I think
demanded
this
a
was-
gnome emote.
An appropriate emote to have.
Exotic meat. That's disgusting.
That's disgusting. God damn it, Cal. Alright, well, thank you all for joining us. We will be back
Yeah.
next week to continue. And if you like games and you like space, then Mr. Rory, 2 down from me, runs our Stars Without Number campaign on Tuesday nights. So please join us there, where things have kind of got a bit crazy.
Yeah, you did a fusion dance with a rock alien, and it actually worked.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
which is... I'm loving that. I'm loving it.
What about that? And
And
the
it's
sky
raining
is raining
diamonds.
diamonds. Yep.
Like diamonds in the sky.
Yep. Alrighty. So let's see. So our raid options, guys. Who are we raiding?
Yes, who are we raiding?
Good question.
Art Womble is playing Gardic Phone. And-
None of my.
That is all of mine.
But I'm checking who I have
no one.
on. Otherwise, we can just stream
We-
another raid another person doing D&D stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. We are number 6 on the D&D. Well, number 7 on the D&D list, which is awesome.
Ah, third on the one I'm looking at.
5th on the one I'm looking at.
Well, there you go.
That's very inconsistent. Oh. Yeah, there's plenty of options.
Yeah, 5th on the one I'm looking.
I ain't complaining.
Not me.
Do we want to raid a small streamer today, or do we want to raid someone on the same category? What do we want to do, guys? What are we feeling like?
What does the stream feel like?
Yeah, stream. Do you have any preferences? I'm currently kidnapped by a cat. Apparently, my lap is now where she licks herself.
I mean, like, same.
Kitty! Kitty! I can't reach my camera. Her arms
He's
are
a
too
little
short.
bit. He's a bit unwell and has been sneezing a lot today, but he's fine.
Oh. Alright, well, if we want to... Art Womble is streaming with 30 people, and they're, like, actually genuinely the single most amazing Gardic phone player I've ever seen. Like, what the hell? How do you do art in that program? Otherwise, I do have another Aussie streamer who's playing... They're playing League of Legends. I don't know if anyone's interested in that. Or there's Will Dragon, who is doing art. They're another small streamer.
No, Will Dragon did just start, so I reckon we send some love that way.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. What does the chat feel like? They're happy with that? Yeah. The duck pond?
Then again, yes, Gardic Phone does sound fun. It does. The duck pond.
Well,
Oh,
Will
okay.
Dragon currently doesn't have anyone watching, but they are drawing. Just sketching. They only do short streams, though. Up to you. I am just the person who presses the button.
I have not seen Duck Pond before. I am gonna
Duck
look them
Pond?
up.
Hey,
Yeah.
if that's the
Fun.
vote that gets one, that's the vote that gets one.
They have 2 viewers at the moment, so I think that's a good way to go.
Alright, no problems.
Lots of complications going on with.
Oh, my bad. Alright, Duck Pond it is.
Woo!
Y'all have spoken.
Duck pond, hoo. The danger, watch behind you. There's a crack in here to find you.
Hey, nice. Nice find there, Kennel. Nice find. Alright, I'm going to switch us over to our end screen. Thanks y'all for joining, and we'll catch you hopefully on Tuesday, otherwise next Sunday. Toodaloo, folks, and hang around for the raid so we can show them some love. We love you all, and we'll see you next time. Toodaloo.
Bye.